Obaiki and welcome to Srtv. I'm here today with me, an amazing and beautiful woman, the founder of Srtv Kids Initiative. Please introduce yourself, ma'am.
Okay, my name is Elizabeth Damoba. I'm the CEO of Xavier Kids Initiative.
It's good to have you on the show today.
Thank you.
Today we will be talking about HIV. So, ma'am, what is HIV?
Okay, HIV stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus. It's a virus that affects the immune system once a person is infected, and rapidly depletes the CD4 cells in an infected person's body. CD4 cells are, into a layman, is referred to as the body soldiers of the body, right? So it depletes the CD4 cells and makes the person vulnerable to other opportunistic infections.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we have been hearing about this HIV long since. So how is it transmitted?
Okay, HIV can be transmitted in various ways. First, an infected pregnant woman can infect a child in vitro, that's while still pregnant.
Okay.
That's the first one. Then, two, an infected person who has known status can transmit the virus through unprotected sex. Then an infected person can transmit the virus by sharing sharp objects or by sharing syringes.
Okay. So where can people go to test for HIV?
Okay, so there are a lot of information that has gone out concerning HIV, right? So there's been a lot of campaign and awareness program on HIV. So the international bodies, but even the national bodies have invested a lot of funds in HIV programming. So there are a lot of centers that have been opened, and people can just go in and do their test. They can go to any tertiary hospital or a teaching hospital. In Benin, you can go to UPTH. You can go to Central Hospital to do the test. Then some labs also are around. They can also go there to do the test. Even private hospitals, they can go there to do the test. In some settings, when a sick person is rushed into that particular hospital, HIV test is actually now routine, right? So others who may not have had any opportunity or not have had any any um, chance or opportunity to go to the hospital or any reason to go to the hospital, right? They can on their own walk into these places and do their tests, because it is important everybody knows their status, because HIV does not show outwardly.
Yes.
It only shows when maybe the person is now getting really, really very sick. It is better to know your status before you get very sick than getting very sick and then now know you get your status.
Yes. Okay, so those positive, HIV positive, then
Yes, there is hope. And like I said, the international bodies and national and even state government, right? They've invested a lot of funds in HIV programming. So there are programs for positive people who they've come to know their status, right? What's the next thing that they're supposed to do is to get enrolled in the HIV programming that they have in certain places, right? When they go there, they get enrolled, then they are placed on medications. So these medications help them to, suppress the virus.
Okay.
Then it also helps them to boost their immune system, right? So the medications keeps them healthy and also suppresses the virus, right?
Okay.
So that's why I said there is hope, because people who are on medications, right, they kind of live longer than people who feel and something must kill a man, so they don't go to take medications,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Those people they will have their lifespan cut short. For those who accept their status or accept the inevitable and then go to these places, get enrolled, start their drugs, and take their medications at at according to how the medications are prescribed, right? They get to live longer. They can even have children who turn out to be negative. They can get married. They can travel out. They can do anything. They are not prevented from being anything they want to be or doing. So we hope.
That's good. So having HIV doesn't mean you will die immediately.
No, not at all. It's no longer a death sentence, unlike how it was before.
Yeah,
Yes.
but that's good. So children, are they also at risk of contracting HIV?
Yes, children at risk. Like I said, one of the modes of transmission is that a positive mother can transmit to the unborn child, you know. Then that woman also can also transmit to the child during the birth process
Okay.
or while breastfeeding, right? So children are at risk. HIV is no respecter of age, sex, religion, or socioeconomic status.
Okay. All right. So apart from condoms, are there other ways of preventing HIV?
Yes, yes. Apart from condoms, we now have other ways that we can prevent against HIV. Like we now have a drug called pre-exposure prophylaxis,
Oh, wow.
right? So this drug confers protection on anybody that has been exposed to HIV or is in a relationship with a positive person, or is in a relationship that he or she has no control over the other person's sexual activities, right? So he or she can protect himself or herself against HIV in addition to condom, right?
Okay.
So the drug prep is used in addition to condom use. But where condom use is not consistent, because condom use has to be consistent and correctly worn, So where those factors cannot be negotiated, right? PrEP can come into play
Okay.
and close that gap between condom use and PrEP uptake. So it confers immunity against contracting the HIV, right? So that is one very big innovation that has come into play. And to take it further, we now have what we call injectable PrEP. So some people who cannot actually they don't like taking pills, right? They have phobia for swallowing pills. We now have injectable pills, injectable PrEP, where instead of pills, instead of tablets, we now use injections. So once you take that PrEP, injectable PrEP, it can confer immunity for 2 months. So you just take it. After 2 months, you come back for your refill, and just keep coming back until you are no longer at risk, because there are eligibility guidelines that follows PrEP. Don't just take PrEP anyhow, just because you just feel like taking PrEP. No, we determine if you are eligible for the PrEP or not.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, ma'am, for joining us on the show.
You're
And you
welcome.
out there, HIV, like she has said, is not a death, and they always prevent it. And if you are living with it already, it is not a death sentence. You can get medications and you can get tested in the appropriate centers that the government and other initiatives are put in place. So, ma'am, thank you very much for being us on the show
You're welcome.
today, and we hope to have you again next time.
Sure.
Thank you.